bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Jingle bells.
Hello! Today we are implementing another Christmas idea. Every year we try and create something new. This time we've decided to make such a panel picture. A Christmas tree decorated with snowflakes. Let's start with snowflakes. As usual, I've experimented with paper, color, tube quality. Now I'd like to show you the outcome of my experiments. These snowflakes are meant for the panel picture. However, they can be used as a standalone decoration for a Christmas tree. Five tubes are enough to create such a fast-to-make and rather decorative snowflake. So, my snowflakes are meant for the panel picture. That's why the tubes I use are very thin. I made these tubes from very thin paper, almost as thin as cigarette paper. I've already told you about this kind of paper. I've used it for weaving flowers. But take a look, please. This snowflake made from newspaper is almost identical to those made from thin paper, just a little bit thicker. Anyway, they are perfect to decorate a normal Christmas tree. But let's start with this thin snowflake made from thin paper. So I've cut 3 tubes into halves and joined them together. I've tried different ways to join the tubes, but most of all I prefer tying them together with a normal white thread. Taking into account that I'm going to coat the snowflake later, either with silver paint or lacquer. The silver paint will coat the thread totally invisible. Well, even if I coat it with lacquer, white thread on the background or white tubes will be unseen anyway. So I've tied the tubes together and cut the excess thread off. A snowflake like this comes from straw weaving. Straw weaving appeals to me. It has inspired me with lots of ideas. Well, I did try weaving some more complicated snowflakes too, but finally I've chosen this simple one. The tubes are moistened. I've coated them with lacquer mixed with water and added some white paint. In order to avoid lengthening in the process, I perform lengthening from the very beginning. Here I've got 3 tubes and 2 more working tubes. I drop some polymeric adhesive and lengthen the tube. That's all, I've got such a working tube. Make a loop. I've tried different options here too, including the one with no loop, to make a joint less visible, but finally I've chosen the variant with a loop. It will be easier to fasten the snowflake later if there's a loop. That's all, weave in a normal rope-like technique. Experienced weavers have seen it from the first sight, so they don't need any masterclass. The video is meant for beginners. There will be 12 beams, so try to distribute them more or less equally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When I reach the 6th tube, there has to be a semicircle. 1, 2. The poles have to be dry, while the working tubes have to be wet. Well, there's nothing new about it, everything is just as usual. That's all, I've reached the last beam, smoothened the circle. Here, in order to fasten the snowflake, I lead a working tube through the loop. As for the second working tube, I try it on, cut off, and tuck in beneath the beam. Drop some glue, adjoin to the beam, and fasten with a closing clip. I cut this tail too. I fasten the tube in the loop too. Drop some glue, smoothen the snowflake, and fasten with a closing clip. Check the joint once again. If the tail isn't tucked in reliably enough, use a knitting needle, set the joint right. This way. That's all, I've got such a snowflake. Now I cut the tails like this. One beam short, another one long, in order to make the snowflake more decorative looking. Well, you can make all the beams of different lengths. Snowflakes are usually asymmetric and oddly shaped, so it's up to your imagination. Let the joint fasten. A short tail, a long one, short, long. So we've spent just a few minutes and 5 tubes, and the snowflake is ready. The only thing left is to varnish the snowflake. You can make snowflakes of some different color and patinate them to make them look as if snow-covered. You can make them silver, golden, red, any color you like.